Good morning. What's up, Bino? Make Money Monday. That's right. Princeton, how you doing? So, let's give it a minute for everyone to get in here. How was everyone's weekend? What was everyone's weekend? Everyone drop a comment. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. So, first of all, QQQ. Look at the daily here, right? Blessed weekend, great weekend. How was yours? Good. At a wedding last night. Wedding on a Sunday. Oh, my mouse is dying. I'm gonna plug this thing in. Second, guys. Can't have my mouse die. Okay. So, QQQ. I mean, this is the daily chart here. Absolutely massive wedge. Big wedge. Higher lows, lower highs. Rejected it last week. Rejected this previous resistance last week too. All right, resistance, 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 resistance. If we can break through this 372.85 level, we're going to see a huge move to 378 plus. Okay. What's up, Gregory? How you doing? Good morning. So if we can break through 372.85, we're going to see a big move. Okay, but we're a little far away right now, right? We're sitting at 366, so you know we're pretty far away. So we got some time. So for now, though, all right, we got the 382 fib level sitting right here at 365. So this fib level is just from this low to this high. That's how I took that measurement there. And we also have this previous support here, which was a resistance, right? It was a support here. If we go back further, I'm sure it was also a support and resistance too. So those are the levels I'm really looking out for today. Right now, we're just in the middle of the range there on the daily. Let's go into the smaller time frame a little bit. So if we go into the smaller time frame here, this is what we're looking at. QQQ. So, I mean, we could draw this support here as a potential new resistance. Change the color of this so we could see what's what. You know, we could draw it as a potential flag, right, like that. So, you know, you could take calls through 366.8, which is that previous support, acted as resistance here, and look for a move to the upside. But we do have a bigger level right there, right? Previous support, right? We bounced right off of it multiple times, you know, previous resistance. So that level above is a little bit bigger. I like that a little bit better. Let's take a look at SPY. So SPY is looking pretty interesting, right? We have multiple bottoms here, and we have multiple resistances, right? We're opening up 0.5%. This is a nice wedge, right? We have this previous resistance, acted as support. We ended up chopping below it, and now we're right back above. Okay, so regarding an entry point, you know, we can either use that resistance or we have this double top here. Right, resistance. That's when we saw a huge sell-off last week. That was a great play right there. So we have to wait for that range to break. If we could see a move through 437.22, we should see a nice big move. to 440 plus. Okay. And we want to see 431.85 hold. So right now we're just kind of in this range. If we break down at open, wouldn't be a bad idea to try and go long for a move to 437.22. If we break below, we're going to see a move right back to this previous low there, 429.88. Right? Always think if this, then that. Right? If this, then that. Okay. VIX, we're in this wedge, right? We broke out, worked out perfect, right? For anyone that says, you know, can't chart VIX, show them this chart, prove them wrong, right? Resistance, 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 breaks out, hits the top of the target, and we move back to the downside. Right. Perfect technical analysis, absolute textbook price action. Rivian, right? I have Rivian here at the top of my list. Higher lows, lower highs after seeing a breakdown. If this starts to break down, we could watch for puts through 18.78. All right, looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Could definitely still break to the upside, but I wouldn't want to go long until 20. 20.03, which is this previous support, acted as a double top there. Apple. Apple looks pretty weak, right? So we had this resistance, broke through, kind of acted as a support, but pretty choppy there. Let's delete the chart and let's redo it. Right, so if I were to look at this now, I'd kind of chart it like this: left shoulder, head, potential right shoulder here. Right, so I would chart it like this. So here's the left shoulder, here's the head, and potential right shoulder there. And here's the neckline. Right, we have this previous resistance acted as support, and now we're breaking to the downside here. So that's what I would be looking at. Looks pretty good, honestly. Only thing is, so Apple and Tesla are down. Right, Apple is red, Tesla is red, BABA is red, Nvidia and Netflix are red. QQQ is green. Right, QQQ is sitting in the range. So if QQQ starts to reject here at 368, and we start to break down, and I'm going to set alarm at this low too, then all these names are going to start to push down further. That's when we could really start to look at puts. Everything will start to move in sync. Tesla. Perfect breakdown last week. Regarding a setup today, not much. Not much here. You missed Tesla. It's all good. Right, we had that perfect breakdown of that previous support. And I mentioned it a million times last week, and it ended up breaking down 3%. Pretty solid. Amazon. Also, right, support. Ended up breaking through. Nice move to the downside. Regarding today, not really any setups. Shopify has a double bottom here, right? Previous support on September 28th, and another great bounce on the 13th of Friday last week. You know, so if you want to play that double bottom, you could. Typically don't really like to go after those. You have to go longer out. I mean, you could take Friday expiration, Friday expiration, and look to do a long swing. Yeah, we got Tesla earnings coming up. Bunch of earnings this week. I think I posted it in the watch list. Yeah, I did. I'll put it here for a second. So let's go over this for a second. It's not that clear, but you should be able to see it. So Monday, today, not much, a few banks. Tomorrow, a few banks also, airlines. What else we got? Bank of America before open tomorrow. But Wednesday, we had a few bigger names. Then we got Tesla, Netflix, Discover, AT&T on Thursday. Nokia. So these are really the biggest names here: Tesla, Netflix, American Airlines, United, Bank of America. Yeah, those are the biggest names. So make sure you you know, you're watching out for those. If everyone can drop a like on the video, that would be great. That would be great. So let's see what other setups we got today, because there's not much for today so far. There is not much. So coin has actually been rejecting this trend line a bunch, right? Resistance, 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 resistance. Up 3% here pre-market. But regarding a setup, there's really not much still, right? There's not many targets, clean targets, right? You know, it broke out through this resistance here, but unless you took a swing, you know, there's really not much to do here. You could enter, you know, at open for a gap and go, but the risk to reward is just not worth it in my opinion. So, you know, I'll probably avoid that. Right. You want to make sure you're giving yourself the best chance to succeed with the best risk to reward. AMD. Let's see. AMD broke out through that resistance, right? Yeah. So we had that resistance. Ended up breaking out. Nice move to the upside. Now pulling back to that main resistance that we were, at. Right, previous resistance acted as support. Now it's acting as a support again. Still no setup really. Nothing really here either. Netflix got nothing. So, I mean, Netflix. All right, we do have this previous support here, and it's starting to bounce. So, you know, if you're a bottom feeder and you like to play these low bounces, all power to you. All power to you. Not really my strategy. I like flag breaks. PayPal, nothing really. Microsoft. Forcing a setup. Nothing really there either. Everything needs a little bit more time. So, favorite setups: Rivian, Apple. That's really it. SPY and QQQ. SPY looks pretty decent. Anyone have any questions? That is really it. Why do I not consider a pre-market move in my charting? It's really low volume, right? There's no volume, you know, so I consider it, but I don't really care for it. I'd rather chart these main levels when the market's open, right? When there's actual volume. You know, the pre-market levels are pretty good for, you know, intraday levels, but I'd rather just chart the main levels that are more important or more significant in the longer run. And everyone has their strategy. What works for some might not work for the rest. So, you know, just find out whatever works for you and stick with it, right? You could follow someone's plays exactly and still blow up your account, and they could be, you know, successful, right? Let me say that again. You can follow someone's plays and still blow up your account or lose, and they could be winning. it all comes down to how much you're sizing and how well you're controlling your emotions, right? Someone like me, you know, could lose 10 trades in a row, and I'd still only be down, you know, on my account 5-10% max. And you know, if one of you guys, or you know, if someone else loses 10 trades in a row, their account's gone, right? Why is that? It's because improper position sizing, letting emotions control your trades, not following the chart, right? Then I could, you know, win a few trades, be right back to even, and you know, you could sell early, you could not, you know, handle it right, size too big, size too small, because now you're scared because you saw a bunch of losses. You know, you have to let the law of averages do the favor for you. Okay? You have to let the law of averages do that for you. All right? We know, you know, it's going to work in the long run, right? You have to focus on the next 100 trades. Focus on the next 100 trades, 200 trades, 300, 400, 500, right? So, with that being said, appreciate everyone stopping by. Drop a like on the video before we hop out of here. Gonna go jump into the Zoom call. Again, if you're not in the Zooms, link in the bio. Join up. I trade live every day.